Louis and Fernando couldn't see the blue skies or the clouds when they were under Hamas's captivity. That being said, Louis's body hasn't forgotten for a moment how to dance. This week, he joined a dance group in Hod HaSharon, and last week, he danced for the first time with his group from the communities bordering Gaza. His legs are moving spontaneously.
מבצע יד זהב מביא איתו סוף סוף לרגע אחד קצת חדשות טובות שכל כך היינו זקוקים להן.
לפנות בוקר, הכוחות המיוחדים פרצו למבנה בלב רפיח.
It all happened in seconds. There was a sudden explosion. The first thing we thought was that the IDF had shelled the building, and I rolled off the mattress I was sleeping on to get closer to the terrorists. All of a sudden, I heard someone say, "Louis, over here, over here." They grabbed me by the foot and said, "IDF, IDF, we've come to take you home." We were being fired at from all sides, so they protected us with their bodies. They made us put our heads down, and they surrounded us from all sides because it was crazy. I've never seen anything like it, even in the movies.
What did you think about in those moments? How did your body react?
All of a sudden, someone asks you, I asked the soldier next to me if he was sure we weren't in a movie. I had to pinch myself to believe it, that this wasn't one of my dreams.
At what point did you realize that was it, that Gaza is behind you, and you were going to get your old life back?
Got my life back yet. I don't know where I am yet. And it's gonna take some time, that's the truth.
5 people were kidnapped from the same house on kibbutz near Itzhak. Clara, her partner Luis Har, her brother Fernando, her sister Gabriela Lambert, and Gabriela's daughter Mia with her dog Bella. They were taken in a white van to Rafah and walked through a tunnel for 5 hours. From there, they went to an apartment, then to another, in which they stayed the whole time in a small, dark room. It was from here that the women were released after 53 days of captivity. Did you think you would be released immediately after them?
We were told that the next day, 2 days at the most, we would be released.
He told me there was nothing to worry about, that soon we'd be all done with the children and women and that it would be time for the men. In a day or 2 or 3, you'll be picking me up, bring a pair of pants and a long-sleeved sweater. And that's that. We hugged. Goodbye, see you soon. That's how he wanted it.
And on the day we should have been freed, at 7 in the morning, the IDF started bombing, and so we understood. We looked at each other, and we said, that's it. We're not going to be freed.
How did the days go by?
Slowly, very, very slowly. Every morning, when we woke up, we said to ourselves what day it was, what day of the week, how long we'd been in captivity, how long it had been since the girls had returned. As for the time, we relied on what little sunlight we could see filtering through the window. So to pass the time, we told stories. I know Fernando better than anyone because I've never spent so much time with anyone else. The 2 of us alone for 129 days. Sometimes we were quarreled for fun. We even made fun of ourselves. He said he will do cleaning, and I'd say, why do you clean the same spoon twice? That's how I do it, so that the time passes. I feel good. Well, good for him. I made the mess and he cleaned. Each of us made sure the other didn't break down. Very often, I was bothered by the fact that my right eye, when I cried, but he would say to me, "It's nothing, you've been thinking about your grandchildren. That's it."
In the little room, there were sofas, mattresses, and a rug, and a coffee table. No television or radio. They were totally cut off from the world. There's one pita a day, sometimes an onion or a tomato.
We always did something to keep ourselves alive, staying silent, talking in a low voice, or always something according to the situation. The families know absolutely nothing. It's even harder for them than it is for those who are there. And it's terrible.
Louis's 4 children have been fighting. For almost 4 months, they didn't move from Hostet Square in Tel Aviv. Now, for the first time, they're coming here with their father. And for him, it's not easy.
Yes, I'm not going into the tunnel. I don't want to go inside, no way. I'm not going in there again. I've had enough. Guns in the front, guns in the back. And the stress, not knowing where you're going. I never thought I'd get out. But we got out.
Even though me and my mother and my aunt returned, and there are a lot of people who have returned, and it's still important to fight for the people who are still there. My uncle and my aunt's life partner are still there, and we miss them every day, and it feels wrong being here without them. It is so important that we bring back everybody. As much as I am happy to be back, we're still not done.
Back there, did you imagine it was like this? That your children were fighting? That in fact the whole country was fighting on the square?
To tell you the truth, no. I thought people were busy with the war, preoccupied with themselves, and that all the people here are stressed by what's going on all around. I even quarreled with Fernando about it. He said, there must be some kind of organization that shows them what to do, who to contact, where to hold demonstrations, etc. I replied, do you think we're that important? They were always scaring us, telling us that if the drone spots us, Netanyahu will hear about it, and he'll send a plane to bomb us. That in fact, what Netanyahu wants is to kill all the hostages so that there can be no deal. They've tried to make us believe that every time there's been a slip-up, like the 3 people killed by our soldiers and all. They made a point of telling us all about it, that the IDF, as if it was Netanyahu who had sent people to kill them. We didn't believe most of what they said, but it's all psychological warfare, and in the end, it eventually gets to you. Every time we hear a plane in the sky, it takes us back there. We don't know where it's heading. The noise lets us know it's moving away. Phew, it's gone. But over there, what we were waiting for was to know which way the bomb was going, so that it didn't mistakenly fall on us. And sometimes, window glass actually shattered. At times like that, you really hold your breath. Hello.
איזה מרגש, איזה מרגש לראות אותך.
אנחנו שמחים, יותר משמחים לראות אותך.
מאוד מאוד.
מתי אתה חוזר לעשות פיצות? עוד לא חזרתי הביתה. זה אני.
איזה יופי שאתה פה.
תודה.
איזה יופי.
איך שחילצו אותנו והביאו אותנו בחזרה זה עוד יותר.
יותר מסרט, לא?
אני אמרתי לאחד החיילים, שאלתי אותו, תגיד לי, אתה בטוח שאנחנו לא בתוך סרט?
סרט,
ומה הוא אמר לי?
שהוא לא בטוח.
לא, לואיס, הוא אמר לי, באנו לקחת אתכן הביתה.
אמר לך.
עוד מעט אתם עם המשפחות. זה היה...
חלום.
זה היה משהו גדול.
כיף לראות אותך.
תודה. תודה. שלום.
אנחנו איתכם.
תודה.
We don't know anything about what happened on October 7th. We get information in small bits. It's hard. Each time, I learn that another friend of mine has been killed, or things I had no idea about.
What was the hardest thing for you to learn? What surprised you?
In the rally we attended, a young boy wearing a hooded sweatshirt came up to me. He hugged my daughter, Natalie, as if he knew her and said to me, "Hello, I'm so glad you're here." And then, "You know, my cousin was part of the team that came to rescue you." I was very happy and I said to him, "That's good, tell him that." And he replied, "He was killed last week." I fell apart. I don't know who he is. I don't know anything. Just thinking about it, that was hard.
זה היה קשה. מיה יש לה זיכרון מעולה.
Mia has a very good memory, and I think she imprinted everything, and that helped in finding the place, where we were, and everything else.
כל מה שקשור לזה.
It's an extraordinary thing that it was Mia who gave this information.
זה נודע לי אחר כך שהיא...
I found out later that she told those who needed to know. That's what saved us. From the window, we could see a water tower. The same one you see from near Itzhak. From Clara's looking in that direction. Up there. It's over there. Looking out the window like this. He's there too. So where is Nir Itzhak? He's over there, 14 kilometers from where we were. That helps to get the whole picture.
זה השלים את התמונה.
היום אתה חוגג 71 וגם מהם עדה מחדש, לחיים חדשים ואחרים ממה שהיו קודם.
Before this, Louis was a full-time accountant. He also loved dancing and making pizzas. He can't go back to making pizzas just yet. It's going to take time.
אחרי חוויה כזאת,
After an experience like that, you don't come out the same man. First, because of the media. Today, the whole world knows me. Before, I was a simple kibbutznik, and I could walk around Dizengoff. No one paid any attention to me. And rightly so. And today, if I set foot outside, do you know what it is like?
אוי ואבוי אם אני אוציא את האף החוצה.